This is the VOA Special English Economics Report. As we told you last week, the United States has about 70,000 foundations for charitable giving. They are required to give away at least 5% of their total holdings each year. Most foundations are formed by wealthy individuals. People who put their wealth into foundations can become known for their social good works. At the same time, gifts to charity can bring tax savings. 50% of the value of a gift to a public charity can be used to reduce taxes. For private foundations, that percentage is smaller, 30%, but still a lot. Not surprisingly, strong foundation growth takes place during strong economic growth. For example, foundations grew quickly during the 1940s and 50s. A growing economy and changes in tax laws also led to sharp growth during the 80s. The economic expansion of the middle and late 90s resulted in record foundation growth. In 2000, as the stock market reached its highest level, so did the number of new foundations, more than 6,000 that year alone. Researcher Stephen Lawrence says foundation growth has shown surprising staying power since then, even as economic growth slowed. He says new foundations continued to appear at a rate of about 2% in 2004. Mr. Lawrence is the top researcher at a group that studies such things, the Foundation Center. But foundations can also run out of money and close. This happens at an average rate of 1% a year. Many of the rules that govern foundations come from the Tax Reform Act of 1969. Congress established a number of differences between public charities and private foundations. The new law defined all individual, corporate, and operating foundations as private. That meant greater restrictions and different financial reporting rules than for community foundations. At the same time, some people thought the changes in the law would mean the end of private foundations. The number of public charities grew in the 1970s. In some years, the holdings of private foundations even shrunk. Today, public charities represent just 1% of all foundations, but they are responsible for almost 1/10 of all foundation giving. And that's the VOA Special English Economics Report, written by Mario Ritter. Next week, listen for the third and final part of our series on foundations. Part 1 can be found at voaspecialenglish.com. I'm Steve Ember.